Libra, welcome. Welcome back. If you're returning, this is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your monthly read for March. Normally we have a question or two already planned for Spirit, but this month what we're going to do is just ask Spirit to tell us, what does Libra need to focus on? What is the main theme of March for Libra? This is a reading for Libra placement Sun, Moon, Rising. It's a general reading, so it might not resonate for you. I've got one card just jumped out. We're using the Dreams of Gaia Tarot for our theme, and then we'll pull some clarifying cards from the Starman Tarot and the Modern Witch Tarot, and we'll finish with a card from the Shamanic Healing Oracle cards deck. It's this one. It's a newer one. We've used that one before. You have the One of Earth. Here. Beautiful card. A lot of glare. I apologize. Let's see. Get a look at him. The One of Earth. Let's see what your overarching theme for this month is. The Ace of Earth, keywords and key phrases. Keywords: new beginnings, goals, motivation, desire, preparation, opportunity, education, security, potential reward, potential consequences. Key phrases: practicality and pragmatism, starting anew, new financial or career opportunity, reward versus consequence, making preparations, planning for the future, material gain, a desire for security. When the Ace of Earth appears in your reading, it represents a time of change and new beginnings on the career and hope front. Time of change in March for you, apparently, Libra. This change is driven by a desire for financial security and independence for yourself or for those for whom you are responsible. It's time for you to think of the outcome you desire. Do you need to further your education and qualifications to create more financially rewarding opportunities? A new beginning founded in practicality and pragmatism. This is the Ace of Earth energy. It's time to be grounded in your approach and seek tangible outcomes that meet your desires. Determine your weaknesses and strengths. Weigh your responsibilities and then decide whether or not they fit with your goals and objectives. Interesting. So big shifts going on. Definitely a focus on the pragmatic, the practical, making changes that will take you in the right direction to have a life that you want. Thinking about your responsibilities too, if there are people in your life that you're responsible for. Making changes, getting some more education perhaps, to allow you to make more money and to be more financially stable. Big shifts for you, it looks like. Just one card. I need one more card for Libra. One more clarifying card for Libra. All right. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the Strength card in reverse. So we'll take a look at the key phrases from the Starman Tarot. That's this one. I've used this before, but not so much. Seven of Swords. I want what others have. Seven of Swords speaks to a desire for what others have, being dishonest and deceptive, challenging cultural values and ideals. It is possible that in this case, the Seven of Swords asks you to consider those parts of your life where you may find that there may be dishonesty and deception. Perhaps you feel that you don't have the courage and energy to meet something head on, so instead you prefer to delay or avoid for a time. But this too can become ingrained, a pattern which keeps you trapped. Instead of bringing liberation, ask yourself where you are not being honest with others and ultimately with yourself. There's an opportunity in this card to put things right and to restore your integrity, wielding your sword to cut away your own lies and mistruths and challenging those in the relationships and culture around you. So you want what others have, and you have the energy, the forces this month around you to shift your life, to change things, to be very practical and pragmatic about getting yourself on the path you want to be on, getting the education you need to get a better job, or shifting your relationships around. But part of the magic of that, taking advantage of that energy and that upsurge of resource for you here, is being honest with yourself and with others, and really getting back into your own integrity. So that's going to be, different for each of you. But where have you been taking the easier path because you just can't face reality, because you can't, you don't feel like you have the strength to be honest and face a situation head on? This is Spirit sort of not so gently telling you it's time to be real. It's time to be authentically yourself. It's time to own your desire, and it's time to make a stand for what you want and what you believe in. Let's look at the Strength card in reverse. This could just be speaking to your feeling like you can't really face your reality, like you don't have the strength to take on these big challenges. The phrase for the Strength card is, I face my fears with the strength of love and patience. But when it's in reverse, you have a feeling of being weak, of failing in some way. There's a darkness around you and an insurmountable problem, or a sense that your problems are insurmountable. Release and change your intense feelings. So you really need to address where you're feeling stuck, where is that darkness? What is that darkness about? You can't maintain control any longer. Feelings of overwhelm, weak and wobbly, even despairing, a complete failure. It's a tough time for you. Breathe deeply. Come into the present moment, simply observing. Help is at hand as you are gradually able to recognize and acknowledge the different colors and intensities of your feelings. It will help to find where they are located in the body, noticing the sensations, color, density, vibration, and as in healing modalities such as NLP, find constructive ways to change and release them. It's time to discipline your thinking. Pick up your journal and write. Focus on what you really want to give and receive from life. So, some challenges for you this month. It seems like you're really in a position where you're finally facing your fears. You're finally able to do some internal mental work that's been overdue, perhaps. There's no putting it off any longer. There's no avoiding the situation. I'm going to get some more clarifying cards for you from the Modern Witch Tarot. See what else we have for Libra for March. Looks like you are building some skills here. You're starting to see some good results from your work efforts. There could be an aspect also of going for further education to hone your skills even more. Your Ace of Earth was talking about that aspect of possibly getting more education so that you can advance. It's not a time for passion. It's not a time for pursuing things just because they light you up. There's more of a practical bent to March for you. There's more of a focus on what, a grounded kind of approach to what pragmatically is the best way forward for you. You're not quite ready to give up on something. You want, Six of Swords in the upright tells me that you're going to move toward calmer waters. You may not want to leave, but you're going to leave something behind that needs to be left behind. But it's reversed here. You're resisting it. There's something you need to leave behind, someone, perhaps, that you need to leave behind in order to, frankly, get your shit together, right? There's a lot of opportunity here for you to call yourself out on your own BS this month, but it may involve leaving some connection or relationship in the past, and you're not quite ready to do that. You're resisting it. Nonetheless, you're seeing that what you're hoping will evolve and grow is stunted, is thwarted, isn't moving forward. It's because Spirit's clearly saying you need to be in your integrity, in your authenticity, being very, very upfront and very forthright in your approach to things, being very honest with yourself and with others, and you're not going to see the evolution of your professional or your financial success until that happens. There's a chapter that needs to end, and it's not ending. You're being, it's delayed. This culmination, this positive outcome, this wrapping up of a part of your life. It's delayed, and I think what I get the sense is that you're delaying it. There's something you need to leave behind, and you just don't want to right yet. You know you need to, you don't want to, and the Tower comes out next, and that's telling me that if you don't deal with this, Spirit will. It's not an option. You have two choices. You can find a way to accept that something needs to end and be concluded and move on from it, or it's going to happen anyway in a way that's less comfortable for you. Not maybe what you want to hear. I know it's not the happy sunshine reading, but there is a lot of positivity here because there are so many gifts waiting for you if you're able to really be in your authenticity, not carving yourself into somebody that pleases others, not hiding your truth. You don't necessarily want to fall in line with the rules of convention and society, but you need to be honest about that if that's the case. You need to be very forthright and open about the fact that you don't play by these rules, not pretending that you're playing by the rules when in fact you aren't. Your oracle card, your Shamanic Healing Oracle card, is number 44, Home. Sorry, there's so much glare there. You can see it there. Let's take a look and see what it is. Number 44. It's the last one in the deck. This card represents a homecoming of the soul, of finding your tribe, of coming home. The situation you are inquiring about has the potential to be a homecoming, a safe and secure place that both nourishes you and facilitates your growth. Whether it be a school, a relationship, a job, or truly a home, go for it. All paths lead home. Home doesn't have to be where you grew up. Family doesn't always mean the people of your birth family. Look at an expanded meaning. Family are people who share the same core values and path. Home can mean a place you have yet to visit or experience, but once there, it feels like it feeds your soul in a way that gives you no doubt that you're home. Alternately, find your safe place. This is where the answers you seek will be found. So, I think you're going home, and not in a physical sense, but in a spiritual sense. You are going to be doing the work this month, Libra, that takes you to a place of peace and a sense of security and peace that maybe you've been missing lately. It seems like there's been a lot of chaos, perhaps a lot of conflict, a lot of dichotomy, like you're thinking of yourself as one person, but presenting yourself as someone else to the world. And now you get to do the work of integration and being who you are. It's not a bad thing, though it may be a challenging month for you, feeling your way through finding your authenticity again. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. I hope it's helpful for you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. It's always my honor to do so. Thank you for your support of the channel. I hope you have a good March, and we'll see you next time. Blessings.